It goes to figure, I can't hit the record button and I just forget to do it. It's just horrible.
Yeah.
No.
Get what you pay for.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what this is. This is a show that you get what you pay for.
Okay.
Or the Kardashian butt.
And see,
that
was
getting
something. Me. it took a while to figure it out what it was. I'm like, Kardashian what? And then all of a sudden, I was like, oh, Lord, no.
The Kardashian boat is no Death Star. You try to fly the X-Wing through the trench. In Russia, we love Kim Kardashian. She should be on TV 24 hours. And vote down Last Jedi and bring Putin out. Anyway. Is that it?
No. There is another.
So, how's everybody doing?
I'm
I'm fantastic.
That looked like it hurt, man. Did that actually hurt? I think it looked painful.
What? Me doing my eye?
No, that voice.
It does. I work with a lot of Russians over here. I got a lot of experience working with Russians. Trust me.
I don't know. You were kind of bouncing between Russian and then you threw Borat in there for a minute, and I didn't know where you were going.
Same thing. Yeah. Russian Borat.
Russian Borat.
Love my sister. My sister's both no Death Star. Anyway.
So, my mind's already kind of jello. I don't know where to go from here.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of Star Wars stuff going on. New York Comic Con opened up, what was it, Thursday, I think it was. Yeah. I've been working night shifts. Thursday.
Good times.
Yeah, I've been working night shifts, so I am completely clueless as to what's going on because I'm either working or sleeping.
Well, there's been a lot of Star Wars news come out, and some things we knew, some things we didn't. It was, I think, Wednesday or Thursday that Jon Favreau posted on Instagram not only the title of the live-action show he's working on, but a synopsis of it in kind of like a opening scroll format that you would see at the beginning of the movies.
Yeah, kind of like it was made on his cell phone and posted up there kind of thing. It doesn't have that kind of angled going down,
Lazy bastard didn't even make it scroll. It's just sitting there.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, like he's busy in Hollywood trying to direct a $10 million television show or something.
100 million, dude.
For the season.
100 million plus. 100 million plus for 8 episodes.
No, it's 100 million for 10. That's what I heard. Is there was planned for a 10 episode.
They cut it to 8.
And still 100 million?
Oh, yeah.
That's like, what? My math is going to be really good here. That's like 12 million per episode. Wait.
Yeah.
6, 8. No,
it's more than that.
Yeah, I'm way off. That's German math. Sorry.
But anyhow, they said that he felt like the story could have been told in 8 and not 10, so he didn't want to drag it out and put, we obviously won't have any filler episodes in this if he's deciding that before we even start. And he thought that there's enough there for 8 episodes but not 10. So that's why they cut it down to 8.
Yeah, well, he is a film director. He's a massive adventure director. So this kind of makes sense that he'd want to cut out some of the just filler that he would put in something like this. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. It would be an 8-episode movie.
Yeah, there's still no word. There's still no word on whether or not it's going to be a weekly show or if they're going to dump it all at once like Netflix does or Hulu or whatever. Like if they dump it all at once and we can binge it in 8 episodes straight, or if it's going to be weekly.
I prefer the binging method.
I do too.
I do too, but I'm always like a fat kid with cake when they do that. I eat all of it and then I'm just pissed it's gone.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that they release it on like a Tuesday and then I can call in sick on Wednesday. That would be perfect for me.
There you go. That's a plan.
What's wrong with you? Yeah, I have Mandalorianitis. What? Oh, stay home. We do not want to share that.
Stay home. We don't want that.
That sounds contagious and itchy. We don't want to go anywhere near that.
Yeah, that's really...
The synopsis he put up, I'll read it real quick. It's short.
Yeah.
After the stories of Jango and Boba Fett, another warrior emerges in the Star Wars universe. The Mandalorian is set after the fall of the Empire and before the emergence of the First Order. We follow the travels of a lone gunfighter in the outer reaches of the galaxy, far from the authority of the New Republic.
Which we won't go deep into, but we did find out a little bit of news this week that neither Jango Fett or Boba Fett were considered Mandalorian. Jango Fett was born on some other planet.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's news or if we just didn't know it.
I think it was just one of those things we just overlooked. So when people refer to the Mandalorians, we always think Jango Fett and Boba Fett, but wow, now my brain has just completely exploded this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really not. Jango took the armor.
And
basically stole it, I think.
Now the director's list is unbelievable.
Yeah. There's some big names in there. There's all of them have directed really good stuff, except for Bryce Dallas Howard. I don't think she's done any. I think she directed a short. I read like a short.
Yeah, she's done
somewhere.
a couple.
I don't know what it was. But...
couple made for TV movies and a bunch of shorts. She's mostly television, but it's, from what I understand, it's mostly like lovey-dovey stuff. So it's going to be weird. Now, the good news about her directing a show, I'm a huge fan of the Jurassic World. And, everybody knows that she actually is in the Jurassic World movies.
We do have Dave Filoni directing episodes.
Yeah, let's go through them. Let's go through these guys. I'm pulling up the list of some of their prior work so we can talk about that too, because some of them I recognized and some of them I didn't.
Yeah, there's some really, really good ones on here. All right, so we got Dave Filoni's going to be directing 2 episodes. He's going to be directing episode 1 and episode 5.
But now that we've got not only the list of the directors, but which episodes they're directing.
But anyway, yeah, for the Mandalorian, we got basically 4 directors. We got Dave Filoni, which everyone knows. Rick Fumi, that guy. He's the director of the 2015 movie Dope, which got a whole lot of awards in 2015. Deborah Cho, she did a couple episodes of Jessica Jones. Yeah, and Beauty and the Beast as well. And then Bryce Dallas Howard.
She did something else TV. She did something else TV too, didn't she? Besides Jessica Jones,
I
saw there was another one in there.
The Hill, Better Call Saul,
no.
Lost in Space, Iron Fist, Fear the Walking Dead. So she's been doing a lot of stuff. Mr. Robot, The Vampire Diaries. So she's in that action kind of range right there.
Yeah. Should be good.
Bryce Dallas Howard, like we were talking about, she has done some made-for-TV movies and then quite a few shorts. In the one, Taika Waititi, okay, he is an actor actually, but he
Thor Ragnarok.
No, he played Korg in Thor Ragnarok. And see, that's a problem. He's a director and an actor as well.
He directed it and then he had a part in it.
Okay, you are absolutely correct. So he did Team Thor Part 2. That was that Civil War thing. I think that was online where they had Chris Hemsworth being really funny as Thor on there. Thor Ragnarok.
I don't know if I saw that.
You gotta definitely watch those. Those things are hilarious. Thor goes to like an office and tries to recruit people to be on his team. Like I root for Thor kind of thing. So he's trying to recruit people to be on his team. It's really great. But just a couple shorts. I think it's 2 shorts.
Yeah.
I think we're down to Resistance now, so we can hit up that one. Kevin, you want to take back over?
Yeah. So Resistance starts Friday. Or no, shit. Oh my God, I'm done.
What are you drinking today?
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
What is in
Sunday,
your vape pen?
October 7th, 10 p.m. Eastern on Disney Channel.
So
yeah, that's the one.
That's tomorrow night. Or as you're listening to this, if you're listening to it on Wednesday when it comes out, that was 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago.
3 nights ago.
Yeah, 3 nights ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is
So
really cool.
So tomorrow's premiere will be the first 2 episodes with the synopsis of The Recruit, Part 1 and Part 2. The synopsis will be for Part 1, X-Wing pilot Kazuda Zion? How would you pronounce that?
I can't remember. When they were doing this,
I've heard them say it.
Yeah.
But
I think it's
Giono.
Yeah, I think it is Giono. I think it is Giono. Giono.
that looks like it.
We'll
Okay,
say
here
that's
it
what
is. Kazuda Shiono.
Yeah.
That's how it's pronounced. Kazuda Shiono. So, X-Wing pilot Kazuda Shinono. Oh no. Oh no.
No. Yoko Ono on the show.
Anyhow, this dude, Yoko Ono. Shit, the band's gonna break up in episode 1.
You need to leave the band.
I'm sorry, you need to go. John is too fabulous.
It's too fabulous.
So he's Kazuda, not John Lennon, is recruited for the resistance, but finds himself in and over his head when Poe Dameron assigns him a remote fueling station to spy on the First Order. Then, after Kaz boasts about being the best pilot around, he is forced to compete in a dangerous sky race. And this episode will guest star Oscar Isaac as Poe Dameron.
Awesome.
Jim Rash, who I don't know if you guys watch Community at all. He played the dean at the college in Community, and he's hilarious.
Haven't seen it in a while.
He's going to play Flicks, and Bobby Moynihan from SNL, from Saturday Night Live, is going to play Flicks. So that's part 1, and looks like they've got the same synopsis for 1 and 2. So, so that'll be the synopsis for tomorrow night, and then episode 3, which will debut on October 14th. That one's going to guest star Gwendolyn Christie as Captain Phasma.
That is really cool.
Episode 4 is going to have Elijah Wood in it. Let's hope he does more than just walking around.
Have you seen a volcano?
That's why they cast him.
And the last one we have any info on is called The High Tower. That's episode 5, and that's going to air on the 28th of October. I'm looking forward to it. I really want to know if I'm anxious to see the tone of it.
Yeah,
because the animation looks great. The animation looks great. Some of the stuff that they've revealed about it already sounds pretty cool. It's gonna at some point it will overlap into The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be seeing what happens in The Force Awakens, but on like the other side of the galaxy.
From what I understand, this is like 6 months prior to The Force Awakens, right? It's a very short period of time. Yeah. It's not like it was with the Rebels set right after.
I thought it was 6 months after the Empire fell.
No, this is, I believe, 6. If I'm correct, that's 6 months prior to Force Awakens. So it's a very short period of time that they're covering. But yeah, it's going to be one of those things. Now, the thing that I like about it, it's going to be a much lighter. And I'm meaning this as far as lighting itself. And it has a much brighter feel to it when you're actually looking at the animation that they're showing you. It's a cel-shaded show, so it has that kind of animation feel, but still kind of has that 3D effect to it, which is going to be something kind of new. I mean, they did that for the Tron animated series, which I did like as well. This looks a lot brighter than Tron was. And then we're also going to be seeing something that we heard about in the Lost Stars books, which is the races, where they're actually flying through rings that are floating around. And, kind of like a video game where you have to fly through a ring in order to get to the next one. That's how their races happen in this as well. Did you find something out about the time?
6 months before the Force Awakens starts.
It's just incredible. It's such a short period of time.
But the other thing I thought was weird was this looks really aimed more towards younger kids than even Clone Wars was and even Rebels was. But it's airing at 10 p.m. on Disney Channel.
Yeah, and that's
really odd.
That's one of the things I don't understand. I think they're airing it late for us, the fans. Even though they are creating this for the younger shows.
They did that with Rebels, too. They would play Rebels. Well, they started off playing Rebels at night, and then it would play again like the next day. And then they started doing it to where it would premiere in the morning and then play throughout the day. So it was really weird.
Yeah, that is kind of weird, but I mean, what can I do? I'm not Dave Filoni. I'm not the one making the decisions up there.
I just thought that was an odd time slot. I mean, if you really want to give a show a chance, that's not when you start it.
Right.
No, you're right. I mean, but, 10 o'clock for you is 9 o'clock Mountain.
Yeah, I know. Still.
8 o'clock Pacific.
True.
But, I know, it'd be 10 o'clock Eastern, too. But, yeah. I don't know. It'd be kind of one of those weird things.
So the other thing I found was that there were a couple additions to the databank on StarWars.com.
Yeah.
Aunt Z and the show's main setting, the Colossus, which is revealed to be on the outer rim water planet of Castellon.
Oh.
So they added a couple entries to like the location to tell you where they are in the galaxy.
Yeah, and I think I think they actually said at one point that we're going to be something that looks like a larger version of the floating city kind of thing. So that's going to be another weird one to see, because a lot of this has to happen in this, I guess, city, if that's where he's actually at to spy. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to be, I know for the first fact, we're going to be seeing General Leia Organa in the first episodes. We know that now for 100%.
So we'll definitely talk about that more next week once we've seen it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I hope I can see it. I'll definitely kind of take a look. We don't have local TV right now after the move, but I'll see what I can do to download it. Yes, feel sorry for me, please. Feel sorry. Yeah. I want to see the tears.
Well, we're going to talk about this show later, but we found out how you're going to be able to watch Titans over there.
Yes.
Yeah, they're gonna air that on Netflix outside of the United States. So
I am so excited. Yeah. That's the one thing we do get Netflix over here. I am going to be glued to that. This is going to be something that I am extremely, extremely excited for.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. We still got a few more things. Star Wars. Mm-hmm. I know it's a shocker.
I'm so surprised.
What?
I love Comic-Con.
Coming out of Comic-Con?
I'll just sit and watch what's going on all day.
Yeah.
So they had the Star Wars publishing panel yesterday, and a few new things got announced. First of all, the current Darth Vader comic that Marvel is doing right now is going to end with issue 25, and that'll conclude the current Fortress Vader arc that they're doing right now.
Yeah.
They're telling a story of how he got his castle on Mustafar. That's what the story is right now. And it's something that's going to play really prevalent in that. I don't know if it'll be in Resistance, if they're setting something up for The Mandalorian, but I've seen a lot of stuff the last week or so all about Vader's castle. There was this arc's been going on for 4 or 5 issues now about how he got his castle. IDW, which is another comic book company, they put out a Tales from Vader's Castle that came out on Wednesday. And on the Star Wars show this past week, they showed a 1,000-piece Lego set.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up.
A new Vader's Castle.
Yeah.
So they're setting something up. We just don't know where it's going to pop up yet.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm excited that they're going back to it some, because we saw so little of it in Rogue One. I just wanted to see so much more.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I'm thinking that they might be setting something up for 9.
I was going to say could be a major.
Oh, that could be. Maybe Kylo goes back to Mustafar or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
But like I said, this isn't by accident that we're seeing all this stuff all at the same time.
No, of course not. Of course not. Having so much come out at one time, that's not accident. That's a sign. There's something behind it.
Yeah,
a driving force.
Something.
So, issue 25 of Vader comes out December 19th, and that'll be the last of this series. And then they're going to do a mini series. Shadow of Vader is what they're calling it. And it's written by Aftermath author Chuck Wendig, which I'm hoping he writes comic books better than he writes novels. It's not that I disliked the story that they were telling in the Aftermath trilogy. I had a really hard time reading the way he writes. So it's probably a personal preference.
Yeah.
But it was I don't even know how to explain it. It was just a weird style of storytelling that I couldn't get past trying to read or listen to it. So anyhow, this Shadow of Vader will be 5 issues. Each issue will feature a different character from across the entire timeline whose life was impacted by Darth Vader.
Oh.
So we're getting 5 different stories from 5 different characters in the Star Wars universe about how Vader impacted their lives, for better or worse.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
I'm guessing way worse.
They've been doing a lot with the Vader series, which is really kind of cool to see. I mean, even
doing a lot with what?
The Vader series. Now, there's a lot of stuff that I've liked is, I mean, they're bringing Vader in a lot of new things. The new Thrawn Alliances book, he was in there. The comic series is really taking off with him as well. They're really diving deep into that period between episode 3 and episode 4 where he was at.
Well, I'm going to jump out of the books and publishing for a second, and then we'll jump back into it. But the other thing that was announced that's Vader-centric is a VR-themed series.
Yeah, I did hear
from
about
ILM.
that.
Yeah, it's from ILMX Lab. It's going to come out as a launch title for the Oculus Quest when that comes out next year. I don't know a lot about VR stuff, but from what I understand, it's wireless. So that was a big deal, that it was wireless and you had like full 360 range of motion to be in the environment. David S. Goyer wrote the story.
Wow.
It's going to be a 3-part series set between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. So they've got 30 years to play with. Or no, not 30 years. 16, 17 years. Yeah, 16 or 17 years to play with. Set between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope.
Hey, hold on.
And they did announce... They did it... You're frozen again.
No, I'm not frozen.
Yeah.
Turn your mic off again there, James.
Off?
Yeah.
Turn it off?
And then let me listen.
Man, that kills a ton of sound.
Yeah. That echo is coming from his microphone. It's completely gone now. Now it's back.
Really?
Wow.
I don't know what the problem is. That there was a lot of feedback from it. I don't know. It's one of those stubby mics, right?
When you turned your mic off, it was as though we had all hung up. I heard nothing.
Really?
At all. It was like crystal clear.
Yeah. I don't know. It might just be a bad mic.
That must have been what he did when I thought he got dropped.
Yeah.
When I thought I got dropped, when I stopped hearing everything, because it did. It sounded like everybody hung up.
Yeah, that was just extremely weird. Plus, I can hear it's coming off of your headset, so your microphone is picking up your headset whenever I talk, so it sounds like an echo.
Yeah, because it's right here.
Yeah, because you got a stubby little mic on there, and so it's really close to the headset.
That's weird.
Yeah, so I don't know. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, on the left-hand side. Never mind. Anna Marie Timber, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Sorry.
Oculus Quest.
Yeah,
we were just at Oculus Quest.
Oculus.
Okay. Yeah. So it's the Vader Immortal is going to be a 3-part series set between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. It's going to be a launch title for the new Oculus Rift that's coming out next year sometime.
Huh.
So it's going to launch with that. I don't know a lot about VR, but from what I understood, they talked to Goyer and one of the guys from ILMX Lab on Star Wars show this week, and they said that the Oculus Quest is completely wireless. So that's what they wanted to be able, you can swing the lightsabers all the way around now, and you're not going to get tangled up in a cord or something like that, which apparently was a problem for people with virtual reality, but
yeah.
I've never used them. I've got one of those little cheap ones that you use, put your phone in.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah, I've never tried it either.
So,
but it just seems like you'd have to have a whole room dedicated to this kind of thing, because remember when we got the Wii a while ago, the Wii Wiimote would be flying around the room and smashing into TVs.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. That's the way it'll be with this. So
and especially now you're completely immersed, so you don't see what's around you also.
Right. The other thing that they announced is that this story that they're telling will be canon. It's going to be part of official canon. So.
Oh wow.
It sucks. I'll probably just have to watch the videos of people playing it, but because I did the same thing with Battlefront 2 when that came out for the Xbox. I wanted it for the story. But the story mode, I swear, was only like 5 hours long.
Yeah, it was short. It was extremely short. Yeah.
I mean, people buy that to play multiplayer, and I'm just not. I'm not into that too much. So, I mean, they've dumped a lot of downloadable content onto it, but it's all been characters and maps and stuff like that for multiplayer. They haven't added any more DLC for the.
And they should.
Story,
and the story could have kept going. I mean, they had the opening for a whole new story to continue on. They could have just kept releasing episodes, just like a television series, just of the video game. It would have been fantastic. But I think they kind of dropped the ball on that one. But yeah, I think this would be really cool. I might try it, but I don't know if I'm going to drop down, $200 on a headset.
Oh no, not even that. No. You probably have to. Your computer, unless it's brand new and you built it specifically for VR or gaming, it would just crap out. You wouldn't even. Right. You'd see stick people to turn it down enough to play. This isn't like a self-contained system?
Oh.
No. Wait, maybe it is.
I don't know.
See, that's just it. I don't know how Oculus works.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't know enough about it to say.
Oculus Quest. Let me look it up while you're doing this. Yeah, that's just really weird. I don't know how it works. Oculus Quest. Thank you, Google.
Yeah,
Give me the answers.
This says make sure your computer has an HDMI port or DVI video out port. So you would be plugging the Oculus into the video output of your computer.
Well, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
They better release the cutscenes. They better release the cutscenes. Why can't they just make something like this for the Xbox or a PlayStation or something? I think Xbox is actually developing
the PlayStation has a VR headset. The Xbox doesn't.
I think they're actually working on that right now.
I don't know, but and again, it would still be you're still paying probably close to $200 for just the headgear. Yeah.
I know the Oculus Rift, which is the one that I was that's out right now. I saw it at Walmart when I was in Nebraska, and I think it was $170. I think that's just for that one, and that's just for the headset and I think a little controller that goes in your hand.
Marvel's done one too. I saw a preview of one Marvel was doing where you were playing as the superheroes, so it was like you were Thor as you were running around, or you were Captain America or whatever, but it was you playing different characters through like different levels of the game. I don't know what that one's called, but it looked really cool.
I kind of like that idea.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the VR stuff seems like it's been around and good enough to produce that type of stuff for a while, and it's just kind of a real niche section of people that use that. And the ones that I know that have one, they literally like built a new computer just for it when they were getting theirs. They bought they basically put together a VR computer to be powerful enough to use it. So, all right, well, let's get back to that comic real quick. So the Shadow of Vader, they haven't announced yet who the 5 characters are that we're going to see stories from, but we know it'll be 5 different 5 books, 5 characters.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think about when you were talking about that. I was like, who would we benefit from the stories? And I think we might, because of his popularity, I think Thrawn might be in there, but anyone else?
I mean, it could be anybody. It could be Jedi that he hunted. It could be anyone from the Empire. So we'll see.
I think they're going to go with bigger names, like how it affects Leia, how it affects Luke, how it affects other people.
I would be more interested in them doing other characters besides the ones that always get done.
Yeah, that would make sense. But, they're going to pull for the money. So we'll see.
Yeah, true.
So as far as novels go, there were a couple announcements. Alexander Freed, who wrote the Battlefront Twilight Company novel, he is coming back to write a novel called Star Wars Alphabet Squadron. That'll be out next year. So a lot of people were thinking that it sounded a lot like the old Rogue Squadron novels, the X-Wing novels that they did that are now legends. But
so this is
I like those.
Now I know a little bit about the story that it's a squad of people that actually go. They infiltrate rebel bases and they use alphabet soup to drown the people on site.
No.
Oh, I think I'm in the wrong. What am I reading?
They fly up to the back of a a TIE fighter, and they're like, "I'd like to buy a vowel, please," and then they fly off.
What am I reading? Oh wait, this is fan porn fiction. Okay, never mind.
This novel is set following the events of Return of the Jedi, and it'll follow 5 of the pilots from the rebellion, hunting down surviving Imperial task forces and regiments that were scattered after the fall of the Empire.
Good.
You know, so this is basically the hunter becoming the hunted becoming the hunter is the way they described it at Comic-Con, because now it's the rebellion and the new republic going after the Empire and hunting them as opposed to the other way around.
I think that's kind of cool. I mean, yeah, we've seen it in one side, but now we're getting it from the opposite side as well.
This thing's got a mind of its own, man.
What's going on, Fukuyama earthquake over there?
Well, I started talking softer, and then I realized the mic was the same distance away, so I didn't know if I was messing myself up. So anyhow, that one, Alphabet Squadron will be out sometime next year. They haven't announced anything besides 2019.
I think that's going to be a really good one.
What was that?
I think that's going to be a really good book. It's going to be one of the ones that I would actually probably go buy.
Now, this next one is by next one's by Claudia Gray. It's going to be called. Well, they announced that book already. They finally put up the final cover art in the panel yesterday. But this is the one that is going to be released next April. It's set prior to the Phantom Menace, and you're going to get Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon in that novel, and that's going to be following them in the events before the Phantom Menace,
leading up to the Phantom Menace. I think that's really cool. Seeing those two together, I think they killed off Qui-Gon way too early, and I think seeing those two interacting together prior to that, I think it would be really cool. It'd be a really fun adventure.
And that's it from the publishing panel. That's all the. I'm sure they talked about other stuff, but that was the main stuff that came out that we hadn't had info on yet.
That's really cool. Now, one piece of news is September 31st has gone and passed, or September 30th has gone and passed. We were getting a lot of news during the course of the year that we were going to see somebody stepping down from Lucasfilm. From, I believe it was from our Russian friends who were saying,
"Oh no,
bring Kathleen Kennedy is going to be stepping down as president of Lucasfilm." Well, I'm sorry, the naysayers have lost. Kathleen Kennedy has officially signed on for another 3 years as president of Lucasfilm. She will be leading us for the next 3 years.
So, 3 more years. I'm kind of curious to see. I mean, I know she oversees all of it. Mm-hmm. But if we go by what Bob Iger has said recently after Solo came out, is that they're going to pull back a little bit on the amount of content they're doing in the movies. So 3 more years for Kennedy could honestly be
3 more movies.
3 more movies after Episode 9, right?
And I hope that they learn their lesson this year. They're gonna, if they do it yearly. Yearly was absolutely fine. We're gonna see that these in-between movies, these standalones, are gonna have a bit of a drop-off. Kevin's just waving all this vape away. He blew straight at the camera and it just complete whiteout.
Sorry.
Looked like an Alaskan winter. Anyway,
right.
But hopefully they learn their lessons. You know, the standalone films are going to have a drop-off on the amount of ticket sales because they're standalones. It's going to be for the hardcore people. But there's going to be the people that like seeing the trilogies, and they'll be going to the regular movies as well. So if they keep a 1-year separation between them, any animosity that Brother Russia is bringing in to hate the movies is not going to drag on into the next movies. If that makes any sense.
I know quite a few people who did not like The Last Jedi. This was not all.
No. I'm not saying that. They're saying approximately 50% of the online hatred was being fueled from across the seas. But
yeah, I saw they said they had thought it was about half.
Yeah. They said usually about half. And that doesn't knock people. You have your entitlement to liking or disliking the movie. But, the
Just
way
don't let somebody else tell you what you like and don't like.
Yeah, exactly. And the way that it dragged all the way up until when Solo got released really hurt Solo in the long run. Now, if they had released Solo in December, that would have tapered off slowly, and Solo would have had a lot more ticket sales. But
it would have had a lot better chance.
Solo still did. If you look at the box office results, Solo still was a smash. So it's not demeaning at all.
I think they wanted to keep Solo away from Captain Marvel. I think that was their whole, maybe not their whole way of thinking, but it had some to do for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of things coming out this winter. I mean, Captain Marvel, you got Aquaman coming out as well. There's just so much coming out in December, and I think, but I don't know. I don't think it would have been buried. No. Yeah, I mean, people would have probably, us hardcores, we would have probably done a double feature that day. But
right,
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I think they've learned their lesson, and that we'll be seeing them yearly in December from now on.
Hope so. And we'll see Kathleen Kennedy leading it for quite a while.
One last little bit of Star Wars news, and then we'll talk about something else. They announced in the I don't know if it was the publishers panel or the Marvel panel yesterday, but issue number 31 of Poe Dameron, his standalone comic that they're doing, issue 31 is going to show us what his first mission was after The Last Jedi.
Oh yeah.
So we'll get to see what he did immediately after, maybe not immediately after, but after Last Jedi ended and they get off a crate. Issue 31 is going to show us what mission he went on after that.
That's going to be really cool to see. Our first tie-in to The Last Jedi, and the first part leading us up to episode 9.
Right.
Sorry, I had to take a photo. What? Okay, for those who don't know, we're not in the same rooms. We're not even in the same states. I'm not even in the same country. But so I'm on Google right now. We're on Facebook chat, and so I took a photograph. I don't know if they can see it, but it looks like James is sitting there looking at...
We're both looking off in the distance.
Yeah, and it looks like James is looking up at Kevin. Like, what are you talking about, man?
I'm skeptical.
But yeah, it's going to be really cool because this is going to be our first tie-in for episode 9. And we'll slowly start seeing these kind of trickling out during the course of the next year, actually. So this is really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Got a couple of other quick notes on movie news. Entertainment Weekly gave us our first look at the Pet Sematary remake. There was a bunch of photos on their website from that movie. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent to them remaking it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought that was one of the better Stephen King movies.
It was,
but
yeah.
I mean, I'm not invested in it enough to not want to see another one or another take on it.
Well, you know what they're doing? They're following the success of it. They're trying to inundate. Everybody's trying to release their own Stephen King property now. And so they're like, oh, it did good, so let's re-release. Let's redo Pet Sematary. And that's exactly, we're going to be seeing that a lot. I think I even heard Cujo's back in the works now.
I would much rather them redo the ones that were made for TV.
Yeah.
Let's remake those.
Yeah, and that's what they did with this one. It was originally a TV show, and so let's just redo it. Or redo Maximum Overdrive, not so hokey.
Oh, that'd be a good one. That would be a good one to remake.
Yeah, so there's some good ones out there.
I like that one being hokey.
So there's some good ones out there. We just need to, it's just like, I don't know. It just seems like they redo the wrong movies. Redo The Last Jedi. There's a perfect ability to redo The Last Starfighter. Excuse me, The Last Jedi.
I was going to say they're not going to give up that fast.
I'm suffering from Mandalorianitis. Okay, so please deal with me. Call back. But anyway,
well, right? Like we had the TV properties, like I think The Stand, Langoliers. Both of those were TV.
Yeah.
Oh, Langoliers was terrible.
Oh God, tell me about it.
They should remake those. Throw a big movie budget at that and really make it shine.
Another one that they're actually doing, they're going to be making into a live action series, is a sequel to the television series V. They're making a movie. So
I'm all for anything.
I'm all for it
as long as Kenneth Johnson's involved.
Yeah,
it seems to kind of go off the rails when he's not.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I mean, the last series was okay.
Well, the actual TV, not the mini-series movies, but the actual season of TV that they did wasn't involved in.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was involved in the reboot that they tried to do a few years back. Yeah,
he wasn't.
Yeah, that was a thing.
That was a direct response to the popularity of Battlestar being really good. So they tried to create their own Battlestar, but it just didn't work. It was flop in my book. I didn't even get past episode 2.
It just didn't have what the original did.
No. Okay, so let's want to talk a little bit of DC?
Yeah, absolutely.
Always.
I know I'm looking forward to this.
Go for it. Let everybody know.
Yeah, well, the one thing is Birds of Prey. I've been really following up on this a lot. We just had our Harley Quinn announced. That came out this week. We're going to be getting Kaylee Cuoco Cuoco. How do you say? Yeah, there you go. From
Kaylee Cuoco will be Harley Quinn.
Exactly. From the Big Bang Theory will be coming in. And then we also have.
Yeah, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing though.
Wait a second.
This is Birds of Prey.
The Birds of Prey is a live action.
So
Worlds of DC movie.
Okay.
The Harley Quinn animated series that's going to be on DC Universe.
Okay,
that's Kaylee Cuoco.
I think I don't know if this is
the Birds of Prey are the live action movie that's going to have Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn in it.
Okay, you've completely blown my head apart now. I think we've actually done this, the first audio brain explosion ever recorded. Okay, so so she's only providing the voice for it. Okay. That kind of makes sense, because I was kind of upset about that they were going to be bringing in an older person playing Harley Quinn. I thought it was for a television series that was coming on the DC channel, because they got a Harley Quinn television series coming in.
Right. No, this is totally different.
Okay.
This is the live action one. It's going to be the Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad with Huntress and Black Canary. And now they've announced Rosie Perez is going to be playing Renee Montoya.
All right.
Which I thought it was kind of cool they included her, because that character hasn't been around very long.
Yeah.
She first appeared after the New 52 reboot.
Okay.
Or Rebirth. I think it was Rebirth in 2015. It says the Wikipedia says as part of the continuity reboot that occurred in 2011 with DC's New 52 initiative, Montoya first appeared in Detective Comics 41 in August of 2015, in which she was established as Harvey Bullock's new partner. Her association with the Question having been officially retconned. So she had some type of relationship with the Question in her past before she became detective. She was the Question?
Yeah. She operated as the Question for a while.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Montoya has operated as the Question out of a lighthouse she shares with Aristotle Rodor.
Okay, so we're getting the new 52 version for the Birds of Prey movie. The character's first appearance was Batman 475 in 1992. That was the character's first appearance. And then when they did the 52 story arc, they kind of combined everybody for that whole year where they did the 52. The book was actually called 52. She first appeared as the Question in issue 48 from 2007. Created by Bruce Timm, Paul Dini, Bruce Timm created her along with Harley Quinn. So it's cool that they've got them both together.
That is really cool.
That's what I thought. I kept thinking, didn't she appear in the Batman animated series?
She did. Yeah.
She did.
The character was created for Batman the animated series and was preemptively introduced into mainstream comics before they aired her debut in 1992. So she still started in the comics first, but she was created for the Batman animated series.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And they're bringing in a good person to be playing this because she's got quite a pedigree going all the way back to White Men Can't Jump and even the television series In Living Color.
She could break glass with that voice, though. I don't know if I can get past that.
Well, that's yeah. We'll see. I mean, she doesn't look much different. I mean, yeah, we're all about 30 years older from when she first came on television, but
yeah. So this version of the character is a detective for Gotham City.
It's going to be great.
Police. Yeah, she's in the major crimes unit, so she's working with Harvey Bullock.
All right.
Over the course of her comic history, she was outed as a lesbian, later resigns from the police force, and that's when she takes up the mantle of the Question, is when she gets off the police force, or when she's kicked off the police force. Awesome. Which is kind of interesting, because it's almost the same backstory as Kate Kane.
It's close.
Almost. Yeah, because she was booted out of the military for being a lesbian. So they're very similar. They have very similar origin stories.
So you got me on that one. I'm not.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Which kind of explains why they dated.
Yeah. Yeah. But it says that after being trained by the first man to bear the name Question, she operated out of a lighthouse she shares with Aristotle Rodor, Banks of North Carolina, where they've got a bunch of lighthouses.
Oh yeah. They better.
My parents have vacationed there for 30 years.
Yeah, there's a lot of islands out there, so they had to put up a lot of lighthouses. In fact, the lost tribe of the Roanoke, or the lost settlers of the Roanoke, was right there as well.
Oh yeah,
that's a little north of the Outer Banks.
Oh yeah, but that's in the area where all the lighthouses are. It's the entire North Carolina coast has lighthouses.
Yeah. Wow. So we did get some Titan news then as well.
All right,
a little bit.
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing, the reviews at Comic-Con are way better than what people's expectations were.
Really? Good. I'm over the moon.
One of the reviews said by the end of season 1, we'll all be saying F Batman, which I thought was a funny review.
Okay. Yeah, try to sell me on that one, but I'll definitely watch because it's going to be a good show. I got to kind of word myself right. I'm not hating it. I just hate that one of the Batman's proteges would be saying F Batman at any point. But once we found out it was Jason Todd, then it made sense.
He totally would say that.
Yeah. Which is exactly why, the vote was to kill off Jason Todd in the 80s, which makes sense to me. Mm-hmm. He is that whiny character.
That was the 90s, wasn't it?
I can't remember. The 90s? It was either late 80s, early 90s. I think it was the late 80s, though.
Okay.
Right after I joined the military at some point. But yeah, that's going to be really good to see that. They're saying that we're actually going to be seeing Robin's journey to Nightwing. So that shows us that we're going to be having two Robins together probably at one point. We're probably going to be having Dick Grayson and Jason Todd working together at some point if we're seeing Nightwing's journey.
Yeah, the way it sounded to me was that we were going to see him transition
Hold on.
Night.
What am I hearing?
No idea. I don't hear anything.
What is this?
It was 1988, by the way. I googled.
What is this doing? Stop this. Why is IMDb just started playing videos?
That was your tablet?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, because it looked like you were watching something on TV on the screen. I was like, well, why is he watching something in German?
That wouldn't do me much good.
But yeah, going back, so we're going to be seeing the trial of Robin, of Dick Grayson turning into Nightwing, and we're going to be seeing probably the introduction of Jason Todd as Robin, which is what we're probably going to be getting, that they build the Titans around Robin and the other younger characters. I don't know. Am I wrong?
I know it's going to center around Raven. At least the first season is going to.
That's fine with me.
Isn't that what it was, James?
Yeah.
It was Raven?
I think so. It was
season 1.
Season 1 was going to be Raven trying to hold back Trigon.
Right.
So that it was going to be central to her story.
I can't wait to see that.
And that's a lot of what we'll see. Jeff Johns at New York Comic Con yesterday announced that we'll be seeing Deathstroke in the series as well.
Yay, the third version.
It sounded like it wouldn't be in the first season. It sounded like it was going to be in season 2, which they've already renewed. They picked it up for season 2 before we even get season 1. So,
yeah, I mean, if it's getting those reviews, it would be stupid that they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it would make sense if Trigon is the big bad of season 1 to make Deathstroke the center of season 2.
Yeah. Well, the other thing Jeff Johns said was that it will be a whole new version of Deathstroke. It won't be like a Deathstroke that anyone's familiar with. So
yeah, so we're getting Deathstroke 3.0.
Could be good, could be bad.
We've had Deathstroke on which shows already? We've had him on Arrow. We had Deathstroke.
Just Arrow.
Oh, that's it? But it was 2 versions on Arrow, correct?
We saw him as an Easter egg on Justice League.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, at the end, for the movie. Yeah, the end credits had him walking onto Luthor's boat.
Yeah, that's correct as well. So, okay. So this is only Deathstroke. This is only the second version of Deathstroke we're getting. That's all right. I mean, I'm cool with that.
In live action, yeah.
Yeah. That's all right.
The other thing that was kind of interesting, and I got excited for this one when I saw the character in full costume. They're on Sci-Fi Channel's Krypton show for season 2. They're bringing in Emmett J. Scanlon to play Lobo.
Lobo.
Yeah.
I am interested to see how this works.
This is going to be an extremely weird one.
Yeah. Like, I can't see how he's going to work into the show at this point.
Yeah. And how they're going to get this onto a TV.
Did you guys see the picture of him?
No.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Here, hold on. I'll show you. There he is.
Take a look at this.
He looks
what happened?
good. It looks...
I'm still around.
Oh, okay.
There he is.
I'm pulling it up.
He looks good. He looks like the character.
Well, he does. He really does.
Yeah, that was. We'll see. Krypton started off slow, but got really good towards the end of season 1.
Good at the end.
I'm gonna have to look at it. It was one of those ones that I stayed away from.
Which is where I say I cannot see how Lobo is going to figure into season 2, but
I can't figure how it would see.
1, so I'm on board.
I can't see how
he could be hunting a bounty. You know, whoever sent somebody back to kill Superman's father. You know, they sent him back 200 years is when what's his name showed up.
Oh yeah, I mean, but
time traveler. Why can't I think of his name? What's the time traveler's name?
Yeah, Adam Strange.
That's it. So yeah, when
that's right.
He goes back.
Yeah, that's right. He
goes back to try to stop whoever is trying to go after Superman's family. So it's possible that they sent Lobo back too. I mean, they even may make him time travel. Who knows? Or he's in their version. He's at that time instead of the present. That would be the easiest way to do it.
Or and then he just came to the present at some point. But I just think it's weird. I don't know how this foul-mouthed biker Lemmy knockoff character is going to fit into any kind of a television series that they got going on. So it's going to be kind of cool to see how this works.
Krypton was pretty different anyway.
Yeah, it was.
I think they could make it work. I mean, they had a kick-ass Doomsday on it. Huh. He looked awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm going to have to look into
Brainiac
I was
looked
surprised
good.
at that one too.
Yeah. As far as oh my god, my brain just completely went blank.
That's okay. They're saying that Mandalorianitis is contagious. Only over podcasts, though. Sorry to all the listeners.
Who was I talking about?
Lobo.
Yeah, but
we talked about Doomsday too.
And that Brainiac.
Doomsday. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, the version. Okay, I know where I'm at now. The version of Doomsday they did for Krypton looked 100 times better than the one that was in Batman v Superman.
I'm gonna have to look.
It was way more comic accurate.
So it was more like
there's a lot of things better than what was in Batman v Superman. Though.
So it's more along the lines of the Death of Superman Doomsday.
Yes.
Yeah.
The actual one.
Yeah.
Yes.
From Death of Superman.
So that's going to be. I'm going to have to take a look into that. There's no doubts about it anymore. I was scared about the whole thing, but I think with your guys' praise of it, I think I'm going to look into it.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Good.
You just got to stick through those first few episodes.
All right.
Yeah. They were kind of tough to get through.
It's a lot to take in at first.
Maybe one of these days I can come join you on one of the DC Universe's shows. Maybe I'll be all caught up by then.
Yeah, you
should. But so, what's next, boss?
Well, that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of the show, sadly.
Next week, we'll talk about everything that happened today and tomorrow at New York Comic Con. Yeah. As we're recording this, the 6th and 7th, right? 6th and 7th?
Yeah.
By then, we'll have all seen the first 2 episodes of Resistance, so we'll definitely dig into that. Solo Cup.
Yeah, I got it sitting right next to the computer. I've got Solo next to me.
Hang on, I'm going to do some quick count. Yes. By next week, we'll have seen Resistance and the first episode of Titans.
Yep, and I think we've got some. Arrowverse shows starting up too.
Well, I think
they all start up.
Next
week.
And the
Don't they start
Black
next
Lightning
week?
Are starting this week.
This week. So Monday it starts.
Tuesday starts with the
Tuesday.
Flash.
Are you guys going to be creating your own little Arrowverse podcast and little side show?
I don't know if it'll be all the time. I really like the one that we did. I like the one that we did off season where we were talking about everything, and we said we were going to do another one after all the shows.
After all the shows premiered.
All the shows premiered, except for we're going to miss Legends tomorrow. That'll be the only one that we haven't seen when we do the next Arrowverse show. So we'll probably do one of those, not next week, but the week after. So we'll have seen all of the premieres.
That's really cool. I wish I could do it, but I don't get it over here.
Well, and I've cut all the cords, so I don't have cable or satellite. I have to wait till the next day to watch them.
Yeah, that's the same thing with me.
I'll watch them on the CW's website, but I can't watch them live. I don't think it has a live option.
I don't know. You'd have to look into that.
I think it just streams. But so we'll see what else is going on at Comic-Con tomorrow. What's happened already today? Resistance. We got a lot of stuff to talk about next week still.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Next week's going to be a big week. All the premieres, and then we'll have the first week of The Mandalorian wrapped up. Any kind of news coming from there? We got Comic-Con that is going to be wrapping up, and there's still 2 days of news going to be coming out of there. And then we'll kind of hit on toys as well. We'll finally get into the toy closet and talk about some of the stuff that is coming out at Comic-Con as well.
Yeah, we've got some things coming down the line. Toy related that I don't want to reveal just yet, but we're gonna have a good time with some toys. So
that's fantastic.
I'm really looking forward to what's coming on. I can't announce it yet because we're still working a few things out, but it's gonna be fun.
Good.
So if you guys are any of the toy collectors out there, you'll definitely want to keep an eye out for that because we're gonna have a good time with it.
Yep, I know.
If you want to know, if you want to know anything else about the show, you can head to there'sanotherpodcast.com. Has all of our social media links. You can listen to the show there. You can subscribe to the show there. And that's where you can communicate with us as well. Like I said, all of our social media links are there. So check out there'sanotherpodcast.com. And until next week, for Lance and James, I'm Kevin. Have a good week.